Hello, replayers. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys? Morning, all on. Quite a few. Yes, quite a few. Guys, please get some shares in the room. Ariel, how are you? All right, guys. So this week, we'll let a few more people get in the room. Hustle mode activated. Activated. What's up? Don't touch. Don't touch. Can't touch it. Cannot touch this. Thou hast not touched this. Alright, guys, so listen up. This week, of course, was not the week to trade the euro. Unfortunately, we've been in a range that's about 25 pips wide, with probably the worst volatility I've ever seen. And the fact of the matter is, why do I like Periscope so much? Because it's cool. I like connecting with you guys. Right? I mean, it's live. It's dynamic. You know, the trolls come in the room, and I get to mess with the trolls, and you guys get to see me trade, and I get to, you know, talk with you guys. So, Young is the only one with a sense of humor in this room. Jason, what's up? What's up, guys? How are you all? So yeah, I mean, look, USD trading range bound all week long. All week long. There weren't many opportunities, but here's the thing. We're not down. We're still making profits, but the fact of the matter is, it's not as much as we would like it to be because the opportunities just aren't there. The volatility is not there to be captured. Okay? So, what do you do? What do you do when there is no volatility and we're in a low volatility environment? You know, there's always the idea of options, okay? But you know what's going to happen. You know what happens in low volatility environments. They usually spike. They usually spike big time. And so the whole idea of trying to capture a channel is going to end up, you know, hurting you at some point. So what do you do when there's a huge channel of sideways price movement in the currency markets? Well, you have to start looking at different currency crosses. That's the only way. You have to look at different currency crosses, and then you have to put a range. All right. So if we see on the charts here, let me get down to the charts. All right, guys. This is an hourly chart here. Force is a bullshit. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about, really. I like when people come in the room and they're like, Force is a bullshit. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Yeah, if you see the range here, let me just tilt this up. Alright, we got a tight range, guys. Super tight range here. What can be done? What can be done? What does this mean, first of all? Let's look at it that way. Let's reverse engineer this. What does this mean? Come on. Come on, guys. I want interaction here. Take a guess. Take a guess. Come on. You don't learn if you don't speak. Okay, that's fine. King, you're in the wrong room. We trade currencies here, not stocks. But you're welcome to stay and learn how to make massive amounts of cashola. You can't win any profit trading Forex. That's a lie, because we just banked, between last week and this week over 600 pips, and there wasn't even any movement in this week. Actually make money doing this? What planet are you guys from? Do you think banks and entire countries would trade Forex if they weren't making money doing it? I mean, just ask yourself that question. Let's be honest here. Do you think your bank would be trading Forex if they weren't making money doing it? I mean, let's just ask an honest question here. Do you think your bank would do that? Thank you, Shaba. Right. I mean, let's face it, your bank... Do you know what the best return your bank is making on you? Late fees, card fees, loans. It's all riskless, basically. Yeah, those 1% fees. They make a lot of money on those 1% fees. Half the screen is gray. That's the way Periscope shows up when you have it widescreen. So I somehow activated I don't know how I activated iTunes. So anyways, I activated iTunes by accident. What do we do in this situation? This situation tells us that there's inactivity, but the inactivity is because of what? It's because of what? It's because of indecision. It's because of indecision. It's because people are afraid. They have fear that they cannot price this accurately. So the fear is that they cannot price the Euro USD accurately. Why? Because of the Brexit situation that's happening. Okay, we've got the Brexit situation occurring. Yeah, there's not much flow into the Euro USD right now. However, NZD have made a few nice plays in the past 2 days. So we're going to start looking at some other currency pairs, most likely. Here's the two things that you know right off the bat. The first one is this. When banks don't know how to value a currency, that's really weird. It's really wicked. It's not good. It's these are professionals, and the fact that they can't value something should scare everybody, right? If your bank doesn't know what it's worth, and the countries are having hard times valuing it, that's scary. The second thing is that we know at some point this is going to pop either up or down. Okay? Prices do not move sideways forever. Prices do not trend forever. However, prices do trend in a direction more so than they actually trade sideways. Does that make sense? So what we're going to look at is we could do an analysis like this. We could go back over the last few years and actually see where sideways price movement occurred in the Euro USD and how long did it last. Believe it or not, those patterns do tend to repeat themselves. Sure, Jose. Right, so you can do a little back testing. You can do a little analysis, backward analysis. And, the fact of the matter is that not too many people made money in the euro this week. I mean, it was difficult. It was very difficult. So, the issue is this. The issue is this. When things aren't working out, you gotta find a way to make them work, but without forcing a trade. So you analyze this, you look back, you see how long sideways trends continued in the past. You keep that number in your mind. Let's say you find 10 instances where sideways price movement occurred, and so you average what the time was. If it occurred 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, whatever it was. And so you break that down to hours, and now you've got an idea of how the euro tends to react when it's in a sideways price movement. Now, with that being said, it's not an end-all, because Brexit never happened before. Okay, when you take any member out of the European Union, it's not going to be a subtractive impact. It could be an exponential impact. You're not just removing one person from the European Union. You're going to create disturbances all across Europe. So, my point is this. Do we abandon our trading strategy? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because the price movement will occur at some point that your strategy, if it's been working, the price movement will come back. Right? The ripple effects will occur from Brexit if it does happen. A lot of people don't think it will happen, but the fact that there's uncertainty and risk there, that's why people are so afraid, right? Uncertainty makes people afraid. If you don't understand something, it makes you afraid, and you can't rely on the Fed. They're changing their point of view every single week. Do you guys notice that? The only volatility right here on this candle was because of a Fed, the head of the Atlanta Fed speaking. So what does that tell you when the only volatility in the market is because members of the Fed are speaking? The markets shouldn't hinge on every single word that these people say. That in itself is dangerous, because they've openly admitted that they really don't know what's going on. They really don't know what's going on. So in terms of economic impact, what does that say, man? It says there's so much uncertainty that's not priced into the market. It says that at some point volatility is going to explode. It says that at some point all of the moves that we can capture will occur at some point. We just need to be ready for the opportunity. You guys understand that? No price action continues indefinitely. Nothing. That's a good question, Jose. It used to be, and I explained this in a scope previously, it used to be, 20 years ago, people didn't really hinge on every single word the Fed said. They didn't come on TV as often. They did their beige book release, and then that was the end of it. There was a few players that would pay attention to it. Now it's like every single week there's something new that comes out. Someone else is speaking on CNN. Someone else is speaking at this event. Someone else is speaking here. And it's gotten ridiculous at this point, because now every single time someone actually goes on to speak, there's volatility. And guess what happens after the volatility? A correction. Now, I don't expect that to continue forever, but that's been the case over and over. Now, it's very interesting what Jose asked. Are they trying to create volatility, or does it just happen? Well, at this point, they've painted themselves into a corner. And what does that mean? The Fed has put themselves out there as being capable of controlling the markets for the better. Good question, Carlos. If you go to there's a few resources. You can go to Zero Hedge. Zero Hedge has very good commentary. You could go to Bloomberg's currency page. They have an excellent currency page. You could just do RSS feeds
from various news outlets. But to be honest, let's be honest here, right? Let's look at it logically. Nobody writing these articles actually knows what they're talking about. No matter how intelligent they are, because no one can tell what's going to happen. You can't tell the future. So, in the end, it really is just commentary. And yeah, you'll get a bunch of different points of view out of it. Say that again, Jose? Agreed. Jay Butler, welcome to the room. Welcome to the Periscope. We talk about Forex trading all day, every day in this mo. All day, every day in this mo. And we make money. Jose, repeat that once more. You said, would the Fed, I read like the first line, would the Fed go so far as paying to manipulate the market? No, the Fed can do it themselves. They're in the markets every single day. They have traders. Don't forget, they're a bank. They are a bank. So basically what they are manipulating is interest rates. So they're manipulating bonds, okay? Awesome, Carlos. Thank you. Have a good night. So in terms of the currency is just a reaction to the interest rates in that case. No problem, buddy. No problem. You know my Catch account, right? You can just hop on Catch. Just hop on Catch and listen to them while you trade. Right? Catch, KATCH .me, so it's .me/fitbusinessman. Yeah, all you need to do is type in Fit Businessman Catch. People know me, baby. People know me. Maximize potential. That's what we're about. We're about maximizing potential. How are you this early morning? Yep, that's it. That is it. Looks like we got some decent volatility coming into the market now. I still don't like the price movement. Yeah, no problem, bud. It should be able to stream okay. Anyways, guys, when you see sideways price movement, start thinking of the different ways you can analyze it. Talk to you later, buddy. Yep, kill pips. Kill pips. Kill pips. Look at the different ways you can analyze the price movement. And don't force trades. There are other currency pairs. Eddie, what up? What up, Eddie? What up? Trying to get in here all different hours of the day. Eddie, there isn't much going on, to tell you the truth. The trades have been largely muted. Lots of range-based trading, which it's very hard to be profitable in. Very hard. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the shares. Appreciate it. Yeah, guys, the more people we get in this room, the better. Benny's in the room. Exactly. The main thing is to not take losses. If you're stuck in this environment, Benny, what's up, brother? What's up? If you're stuck in an environment where there's sideways price movement, there's not much in terms of any type of game to be played right there. That's just the brutal, honest truth. And so you have to find another game. Now there was a decent play here actually. This is the first 30 pip range we've had since the Fed speaking, and I just told everybody to get out of the market right before this. I just don't like the price movement. We're still range bound even with this big move. So once we break a range, trading will get better. And that's just what I want to make apparent to you guys, is that trading, once again, the analogy is like surfing. You can't force things. You cannot. Know what I mean? Alright guys, so I'm not going to stay on late tonight. Exactly, Eddie. For you guys that are members to Prime, I'll be uploading a video tonight. Should be ready and hot for you in the morning, so you can log in and subscribe. I'll shoot out an email to you guys, just let you know that a video has been added to the back end. I got a lot more coming this weekend, alright? So stay strong, stay positive, and don't abandon your game plan. If the market's not working for your game plan, keep your game plan if it was a winning one before the sideways price movement, because the real price movement will eventually regain momentum, and that'll be where all of the opportunities are. Alright guys? Alright, have a great night guys. Rest up. Let's be eager for Friday. Kick Friday's booty. Kick Friday booty. Alright?